Hi there guys. Last time we played Metal Gear Solid 2, we were playing it on my PS3 on HD version. But the other day I saw this in the shop for £1 and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to buy that. Because I used to own this game but I sold it a long time ago. Probably for another game. Probably for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles official video game or something like that. But yeah, I took us up to where we got to last time on the HD edition, so I'm gonna finish and continue this on the PS2 version just because of the nostalgia and to justify that purchase. Cost £1. Just gonna get this camera absolutely blind.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil filter around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore penis so they went up inside. The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet. It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection. Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group. Do we have an ID? Former member of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group. They have the big shell under complete control. Are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water. And the crew will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno. That's not the worst case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the base ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. Two mission objectives. One, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And two, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation. Is this a joint effort? No. Fox Sounder means a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order. This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1. How are things? We're in lock. Looks like there are no sentries posted here. What's the visibility? The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles. Any problems? There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly. That's not possible. What about SEAL Team 10? They landed on the roof of the big shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication. What's wrong with Snake? Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary. Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it. All right. I'll contact you if anything changes. First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell. How do I get up to the next level? There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that. Sounds good. Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system. There's a lot of pressure on my torso. Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound. Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
Ryder, please, it's cool. It's a cool suit.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first. Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Locate the hatch. Do, 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 do. Yeah. So this is Metal Gear Solid 2 after we've done with Snake. Yeah, that was all we play Snake for in this game. Now this reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 1 when you start and you're in this little suit. There's a few things in this game which are similar to Metal Gear Solid 1, and the game does point them out eventually, if you were too stupid to notice them yourselves. I know we've got bugs, or roaches or something. Do. Always check the lockers. Never close the lockers. Rush on. Alright. Oops. There was a soldier there, but I accidentally skipped, didn't mean to.
AM-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment is Russian-made. Must be a Galukovich man. Galukovich? A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago. What's their stake in this one? They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Without borders, you might say. Wow. All the references to games they haven't even made yet. Yo yeah. Aha. Oh, there we've gone.
That's not a possibility. Not a team. Looks like a solo job. One man. We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills. We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work.
Ooh, let me tell you who it is. Ooh.
Did you say nerd? Not nerd. No.
That's the funniest joke of the game.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network. Then what? Pull up a map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar. The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training. A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high. Should be colored blue. Each area has at least one. How do I gain access? Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Oh, this cussy. I'm very unimaginative. Do 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 do. Do do. That's not correct. This game's only set in like 2006 or something, so I guess I wouldn't be very old by this point. Is it? But I remember playing this game when I was like 12, 11 or 12, 10, 11, 12 sort of age. I was in middle school. It was the first Metal Gear Solid I'd played properly and been able to understand it. The first game I had played, but it confused me as a young kid. I had played demos of it, but this one was the first one I got my hands on. I just remember really enjoyed it. Really loved this game so much.
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you riding. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching...
This isn't the only game that mentions currently existing technology, like it's some sort of weird thing to do.
And an analyst to work on the data.
You know what I mean? They go, and they're in about this sort of 1 or 3 or 4, where Snake goes, isn't it made out of currently existing technology? It's like, well, yeah, if the technology didn't currently exist, how could it be made at all, Snake? I'm not saying whatever they feel they need to point that out. Maybe I'm not understanding something. I'm not as clever as Hideo Kojima. But I can accept that. I'm happy to accept that.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
I'm happy to pay £20 for a demo with Kiefer Sutherland in.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier. Colonel, I fail to see. I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident? You know I covered it in VR. If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive. I was trained to fight. My
back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data.
Good.
But I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team.
No, because you're a stupid
I'm just a normal
ex-girlfriend of
girl
mine.
about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties.
Wee, wibbly, 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 wibbly.
His safety comes first to you, not the mission.
Great, and my boredom.
I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey,
Including nag the hell out of the operative when he's maybe doing a mission.
Request, if I may.
of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96.
Raiden, I mean, lightning, something to do with lightning god or something.
Jack, do you know what day it is tomorrow?
Because he's also a Mortal Kombat character, isn't he?
There's something
With the funny hat.
Isn't there?
I can remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well. I'll keep trying until I hear the answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go now, Jack. Take care.
If only that was true. Oh, Jesus.
Right. The enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Could you really do a mission under these circumstances? Where every 5 seconds they're coming in your ear going. It's like them poor news reporters that are constantly having to listen to what their producers are saying. They constantly have to say things that are coming in through their ear. I don't know how they're doing that. I don't know how Raiden talks to them either. I understand how they talk to him. Don't understand how he talks to them without being heard. It's never been explained to me, or I've always accidentally not paid attention, but it seems like they only explain how you can hear. Hey, what's through there? Who knows? Take the elevator. My curiosity for what's in there will have to wait. Bit that reminds you of Metal Gear Solid number, I'm going to say 2, but there's probably already been more.
Sons of Liberty. Sons of Liberty?
The fact that he called you Snake and everything.
Solid Snake.
They should always do their intro in an elevator, in my opinion.
That's why you changed my code name.
Not to take away Metal Gear Solid 3's opening, but
Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tank.
something about the elevator man.
Blew sky high.
Love Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2,
Survived?
and Metal Gear Solid 3, and Metal Gear Solid 4, and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, and all of them really. In some way I love them all.
I'm on the roof. There are no sentries. It would only take
Even Snake's Revenge, that game I've never played but vaguely heard of. That isn't canon.
After all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
The nerd?
Commandos.
Shut the fuck up, Raiden.
On strut B and C.
A lot of people hate Raiden,
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
and
Strut B?
I didn't. I like him. This is my stance on Raiden. I think he's okay. I know a lot of people are disappointed because they wanted all Snake, like in the Metal Gear Solid days.
So the whole thing is shaped
I understand that,
connected end on end. Exactly.
but I think they developed Raiden enough in this game for you to sort of you understand his deal, you know.
Log into the network.
And you know, I really like Raiden. In this game particularly, this is my favourite game for Raiden's character. Then it would be Metal Gear Solid 4, and then Rising, Revengeance, which I think everyone's got mixed feelings about. Myself included. I mean, I didn't mind Raiden in this game, but it's like now they're trying really hard to make him cool. Really hard. Whereas I thought he was cool anyway. I accepted him for what he was, even when people thought he was a bit feminine or whatever. Sure, he looks a bit feminine, but
Right. SEAL Team 10 is in.
I measure a man by his actions.
Have no line of communication with the SEALs.
They don't know a thing about it.
And I think he does a pretty good job of doing Snake's job in this game.
Only a
Too much of a good job for people to not give him credit for.
There's no need for concern. This operation is under Pentagon's direct command, and the NSDD came from the Vice President and the Secretary of Defense. Your mission may be top secret, but it's gone through the usual channels.
And I mean, the fact that you're not Snake means that you get to like see Snake from like the fanboy perspective. Finally a game we can play a Metal Gear Solid fanboy. That's essentially what Raiden is. Raiden is a character that idolises Snake as much as the player does. And I didn't know Snake that well when I was playing this. Obviously, I knew him from the first game, which I'd seen the demo of and things, obviously. So I was aware of Snake. But I think I had time and space. I had space for love for Raiden in my heart. Obviously, I love Snake. It's pretty damn hard not to love Snake. I'm just saying. I don't think Raiden's too bad himself.
Some noise to draw their attention away. How? Flatten yourself against the wall and hit the punch button.
Got it. Now, where am I going? Better make a call.
Raiden, watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting grid. They will spot you if you continue on course.
Any recommendations?
Use the hanging mode.
Hanging?
Face any waist-high railing and push the action button to clear the railing and hang over the side. Once there, you can move sideways while keeping out of enemy sight.
Alright, I'm giving it a try.
Don't forget the grip gauge. It will keep decreasing during a hanging maneuver, and once it runs out, you will fall.
Copy that.
Wait a second. I just intercepted new intelligence on the operation being executed by SEAL Team 10.
Intercepted?
As I said before, they need to be kept in the dark about our presence.
So we just listen in.
I'm patching it through.
This is Alpha Zero. We have the president. Is he safe? He is safe. What about the package? Tell the guys upstairs we've secured the package. Easy money. Good work. Your retrieval is on the way. Come on home. Roger that.
But
Zero, report. Damn it, come on, the president. Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Alpha Zero. We're under attack. Wait. Is that a girl? Alpha Zero, respond. All Alpha, respond.
Raiden, the president's life is in danger. Hit the strut B now.
got it. Heading to Strizzle B. Yeah, but as I was saying, if you're gonna hate Raiden, you've got to hate this entire game. Almost. I mean, minus the tanker section. I do like the tanker section, but this game is so beautiful. This game. Doesn't everyone know that this is one of the best Metal Gear Solid games? I mean, in my mind, it's a total punch-up between this one, Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3. Those are the absolute rivals for the best Metal Gear Solid game ever made. I mean, so far. And that doesn't take anything away from Metal Gear Solid 1. Metal Gear Solid 1 is an absolute must-play. But that doesn't mean I think it's the best or the funnest game. It's fun, but I just think Metal Gear Solid 2 is so much more interesting. graphically graphics and everything's been improved. Gameplay's improved. Everything's improved. But the storyline, I mean, that's as good as it always was. Yeah, I'm gonna watch most of the cutscenes this time because I feel like a bit more of a slightly more relaxed little let's play here. Whereas like I said, when I was going for speed, I'm kind of now thinking to share this experience with you properly, I have to watch the cutscenes. He's firing at nothing. That guy's a rubbish soldier and he deserves to get killed by a bisexual vampire freak lord. Here he comes. He's a cool character as well. People take the piss out of him, which is a little bit anti-bisexual, I think. Maybe that's because he dances to deflect bullets, but whee! Stabbed. Didn't you see this guy's death coming a mile away? Mister, I can't fire a gun at a person that's not very far away from me. Vampy is voiced by Phil Lamar, who I'm sure does like voices on Futurama and things like that, doesn't he? I saw this video on YouTube where the guy who does the voice for Raiden, he prank called David Hayter, who does the voice for Snake. And it was great. I love it when things like that happen. He was ringing up going, Snake, it's about my mission. I need to know something. You gotta tell me. And then David Hayter would just be confused at the end of the line. It's good. I don't really do a very good Raiden. It's harder to do Raiden than Snake. Snake, Snake. And that's pretty much what you gotta do for Snake. Raiden, his voice is a little bit harder. It's a little bit normal.
What are you?
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. Phil Lamar. Wee, Spider-Man. I think The Matrix had, like, came out like a few years before this game, so everything had slow-mo in. Still does, I mean it's very popular special effect, I love it. I love a bit of slow-mo. Speaking in slow-mo is the funnest thing. It's that, oh shit. It's that sort of. Oh look, who's this guy who the game will pretend isn't Snake? But clearly is Snake. I mean, we've all seen Snake in this game already. I mean, they didn't hide him from us. They pretended he was going to be the only character on the box. On the front of the box it's just Snake, isn't it? That's a bit misleading. I can see where people got a bit pissed off. But you got to accept Raiden. No, something completely uninteresting and irrelevant to the mission. That be a piece of shit. always so hard to kill.
Hold on. I'm not an enemy. Calm down. My name is Pliskin.
My name is Slim Solid Snake.
Are you a Navy?
Yeah, don't like me. I know David Hayter's the voice of.
How did you get in? Fast rope descent from a Navy chopper. Have I seen you before? That suit. Are you Foxhound? That's right. Foxhound was disbanded. Huh? Where were you before Foxhound? Delta Force? I was part of the Army's Force 21 trials. Force 21? That's about tactical IT deployment, right? Any field experience? No, not really. So this is your first. I've had extensive training, the kind that's indistinguishable from the real thing. Like what? Sneaking mission 60, weapons 80, advanced VR, huh? But realistic in every way.
Oh, totally.
Grunt of the digital age, that's just great. That's far more effective than live exercises. You don't get injured in VR, do you? Every year a few soldiers die in field exercises. There's pain sensation in VR and even a sense of reality and urgency. The only difference is it isn't actually happening. That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle situations. War is a video game. What better way to raise the ultimate soldier?
What? All the stakes there. All the episode 1 stakes.
So you're saying that VR training is some kind of mind control?
Having a little sneaky party.
Right. What's going on? The Alpha team from Navy SEAL 10 is dead. No, a single survivor. The kid's wired with nanomachines.
You want to talk?
What about the president? Looks like they took him somewhere else. I see. You said there was a survivor from SEAL Team 10. Yeah. Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin.
Real asshole.
What? This is a top secret mission. No one can know that we're involved. It's a little too late for that. What's up? Take a look. What the hell?
Nice bracelet.
A Navy captain. You all right? Give me a few minutes. Must have lost a few more pints than I thought. What was that man just now? That blood-sucking freak? That was Phantom.
Snakes as you go.
A wizard with knives, as you saw. The way he moved didn't seem human. You won't see that in VR, I guarantee. What is he? One of the members of Dead Cell. Dead Cell? Him? A special forces unit created by ex-President George Sears. The name was originally intended to reflect its anti-terrorist functions. The unit would launch unannounced assaults on government complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation. They were needed to show VR troopers like you how to deal with the real thing. But around the time their original leader died in prison, the unit began to unravel. They were always close to the edge, but they became more and more extreme, began to go after U.S. allies, even civilians. We estimate that no fewer than 100 people died as a result of acts He's not involved in this one. His body was positively ID'd 2 years ago. Snake is dead. And buried. What about the other soldiers? I saw Russian equipment too. Former Soviet military. They're probably mercenaries. The big shell is too much ground for just dead cell members to hold down. You weren't briefed on any of this, and you came in alone to boot? Why? What are you really doing here? Can't tell me, huh? Fine with me. I don't smoke. Keep it anyway. May come in handy. Take this too.
Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Bravo Zero. Currently in the bridge between struts B and C. The president is... Damn, I can't get this thing. It's like some bad dream. Alpha, anyone, come in. All Alpha. This is Bravo Zero.
Aren't you going to answer him?
Nah.
The PC connecting bridge. We need to get there. Can you handle it? I need a few more minutes. Remember my frequency. It's 141.80. 141.80. Got it. I've been briefed on this plant's layout. If you need information on the place or about Dead Cell, contact me. You're using nano communication, right? Yeah, but I can patch into your frequency.
Please let me patch into your frequency, Snake. I'll do anything.
Raiden. Raiden? Strange code name. Makes it for the boring one my parents gave me. Maybe I'll find out someday.
My name's Snake. I mean Pliskin. Shut up. Oh yeah. Got a sorghum suppressor. Sorghum suppressor. Now a sorghum makes no noise. Shoots snake. Create a time paradox. Nah. Now do I have to... I probably do have to tune it in myself. I'll do that now just so it's done. Really did love these codec bits in the game. Yeah, fine. He's asleep. You can get him to say stuff in reference to the first game. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let him have some sleep. Okay.
Jack, it's me.
Everything okay, Rose?
Don't you need to save the mission data?
Oh yeah. Thanks for the reminder.
Oh, fine then. Ignore that difficulty level. I'm uberly good at this game.
What day tomorrow is?
That again.
I love it so much, but I'm bad at it if I try and play it on hard.
What is it, Rose? Talk to me.
I want this to be
I'd rather
smooth.
you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
The story is the biggest thing to me.
Talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission? Okay. I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I
Okay,
can to help.
might take me a bit longer, but...
There's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with...
I told you, Jack, I don't do analism anymore.
Is claiming that he's Snake
Rose,
himself.
you misunderstand me.
Mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yes. Should be a burial record somewhere, too. We should be able to request top-level security clearance from the Colonel. That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.
Well, make sure it's related to the mission, please. Hey, who's this person? Konami Eyes. My. I wonder if I stare at this and ring up Colonel, do I get a little message? Maybe. Nah. Can't be bothered. Yeah, just walk straight on into that. Why not? That music is beautiful. Oh, these graphics. Man, these graphics. Dude. For PS2, this was not bad at all, mate. I'm telling you now. People saying Silent Hill 3, it's got good graphics. Yeah, it's got all right graphics, but I mean, look at this. This is amazing.
Nothing will hit her. Is she the one they call Fortune?
The HD version of this didn't really make the graphics look any better. They couldn't make it look any better than this. It already looked pretty damn good for PS2 graphics. And they really screwed up the lip syncing on the HD versions for some reason, which is quite off-putting. So, you know, for all the processing power of the PS3 or whatever, you'd think it would be better. It would be a better version of the game, but then you got a worse version of the game on the HD version. Alright, they did include the substance and subsistence extra material with a few omissions. Snakeboarding, snake versus monkey, but you know, how hard is it to get the lip syncing right? It just seems like they could have patched it or something. They could have sorted that out. It's us loyal fans buying these games again and again and again because we love them. Why doesn't it ever come down to what would be best for us? That's what I'd like to see in the games industry. Developers that value the gamers playing the games. I feel like time and effort has been put into a game like this one made me feel when I bought it for PS2 in the day. Then I was happy. But so many PS3 games feel like they were just out to leech money from you. Even like some of the biggest ones, like Assassin's Creed, becomes a bit of a money grab. I do like Assassin's Creed, but I'm saying it's still a bit of a money grab, and that you know, we could have perhaps done with 3 good Assassin's Creed games rather than like what 6 or 7 spin-offs and everything else you can buy. And the games are good, but they all play the same. And they all have similar sort of weaknesses. It's like they don't listen to us and they just want the cash.
SEAL Team 10's Bravo team was wiped out. I see. What happened to the cargo choppers? Both of them are at the bottom of the harbor.
Although, yeah,
The Harrier too.
speaking of Metal Gear Solid on the PS3, Metal Gear Solid 4 is a beautiful, amazing, delicious luxury graphics that I could never understand how you could begin to improve on in Metal Gear Solid 5. But I mean, that game was gorgeous as well. Yeah, graphically, they have always exceeded themselves in Metal Gear Solid games, with the slow exception of Metal Gear Solid 1, which looks rubbish, but did have cutscenes with consistent graphics to the gameplay, which I believe it was the first game of its time to have gameplay and cutscenes meshed together. So, you know, fair enough.
We've had to adjust the mission objectives. The priority is now on removing those C4s of the terrorists.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4. Although I was saying earlier that 2 and 3 are competing for like the best game. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 4 is not a bad game.
That's not a problem. The Bravo team thought
Still didn't feel like an absolute classic.
he was supposed to
But it's brilliant, it's excellent. It's a wonderful game. I've spent a long time on it because I'm so in love with the series.
talking about. Get to Strut C and find him.
It had some excellent moments.
But I need to ask you something before I go. Make it quick. Who are they? Dead Cell, I mean. They couldn't hit her no matter how hard they tried.
But 2 and 3 are just so perfect.
It's like being in a nightmare you can't wake up from.
Jack, snap out of it.
And you, Rose, I can't believe you're on this mission. I keep thinking I'll wake up. Right, this is real. And that's why you won't wake up.
You know, things with 4 that I just didn't like too much.
Whether this is real or a bad
You know, you
dream,
can.
watching until it's over.
Thank you, Rose. And I won't let you.
It's just the things like they took away like a lot of codec things and stuff. I mean, they did put a lot more cutscenes in. To be fair, it's hard to criticise. Really hard to criticise the game. No, maybe it's just my child love of these games which puts it above Metal Gear Solid 4. Or it might be all the times Snake gets his ass kicked in that game and he just looks like a wheezing old man. You know, it might be all them times I just felt bad for Snake. I mean, it's a good game, but it's a darker game. It's a dark point in Snake's sort of in Snake's life as he's getting older and he's accepting, you know, new limitations. It was interesting to see like him like that, but you know, when it gets down to the cool action sequences and stuff, I was always worried about Snake. Going, oh, will his joints give out now? Felt bad for him being so old and still having to do this mission. When he crawls through a microwave in that game. That is something I have an issue with, by the way. That bit where he crawls through the microwave in Metal Gear Solid 4, if you played it, it's towards the end. Hope they've given nothing away if you ever played it, but he's crawling through this microwave, and for some reason, I have no idea why, but the developers of the game called it that what players should have to do during this bit is just press triangle over and over and over again to make Snake crawl slowly through a room. I mean, it's like the ladder in Metal Gear Solid 3, but someone like pushing the button in over and over again just really... Thanks, Kojima. I know that might not have been your decision, but you should have oversaw your product and gone, do I really want people to press triangle again and again and again? I mean, I felt pain, but it didn't make me feel closer to Snake, it just made me feel annoyed that there was a section like this in the game every single time I had to play it. It's alright once, isn't it? But I like my thumbs. I want to play that long bit over and over again. And I mean, the first time I did it, I tapped so hard. Turns out you only have to tap it, like, just maybe a couple of times a second. But I was really tapping it, thinking that I should struggle with Snake, and that is bad. That's a bad idea. What you gotta do is just keep pressing it and try and have the most bored expression on your face whilst you're doing it, watching Snake slowly crawl through a really, really unnecessarily long room full of microwaves for a reason that I can't really remember anymore. I understand it's one of those big sort of cinematic moments, and I did really enjoy a lot of them, but do you really need to keep just pressing triangle over and over again? No. With the ladder in Metal Gear Solid 3, you can just, it was just holding the stick up, it doesn't hurt. And you can enjoy the music, and you can take everything else in. I like the ladder. I love the ladder, but I kinda don't like the microwave. I like the concept of it. I like the idea that Snake would put himself through that just to finish, you know, his life's cause. But did you really have to finish off my thumb? So I ran over it. I've missed a lot of plot here talking about that.
Why would they take a civilian along?
Yada yada, Stillman. That guy looks a bit like Archon. I'm sure that's not important. Something to do with Fat Man. He's a fat guy. He works in the dead cell. He puts the bombs about.
But there's no one left from the SEAL's EOD squad.
Now we need to get rid of the
We
bombs.
have to do it ourselves. But I've never defused a bomb before. Hold on a second. I'll confer with the CO again.
Glad to hear Stillman is safe. Assist him in any way possible to clear the C4 from the structure.
Colonel, you know I've never been trained in bomb disposal.
It's all right. The man you're working with is the best in the field. All you have to do is follow his directions. You will, of course, keep your identity and mission objectives to yourself.
Is it true that an engineer came in with Stillman?
I wasn't informed of that. It's probably something the SEALs decided on their own. There are more important issues at hand, Raiden. The enemy may retaliate for the failed assault. Get those C4s neutralized now.
Colonel, I'm not qualified for bomb disposal.
Jack, it's me.
Rose?
Oh great.
You can do this. Trust me.
You haven't had bomb disposal training per se in VR, but you're more than capable of handling C4.
You've got hands.
It's different from using C4.
You're up for this. You know that.
How about it, kid? Are the results in yet?
Shut up, Snake. You make me look bad.
There's no need to think about this so much. You won't actually be dismantling the bomb. That's not amateurs. But we'll try.
Hi, Snake. Snake. I know it's you, Snake. I don't believe in any of this Iroquois stuff. You don't look Native American. Ooh, this is what the bombs look like.
You can see it pulsing.
Oh my god, what does he look like? Jesus Christ.
There we go. Simple enough. The spray
From here it looks like his nose is sort of dissolving into his face. Oh my god, does he even have... It's really hard to see his nose.
It'll stay out of collision.
God, I don't want to look at that. I'm gonna look at Snake again. Snake, I see the side of your face. Snake.
The spray can be used from several yards away. Now check the floor, ceiling, walls, under the table, everywhere. Try to imagine the location of the bomb would choose.
That won't be easy. We don't know a thing about Fat Man. Is there anything that'll help us locate the bombs?
Here, take this with you. It's what they call an ion mobility spectrometer. It can recognize...
Yeah, it looks like I'm fighting ghosts.
What? In other words, that little gadget sniffs out C4's scent.
Maybe not.
That's right. I have established a link up with your radar network, so any scent detected will be represented visually. Have the sensor activated and keep your eye on the radar.
What if he's using
The
some other
sensor.
odorless substance?
Sensor.
I know Fat Man well. I know how into his own aesthetics he is.
I know how fat he is. Look how fat he is.
On every bomb
Where are we getting these images from? How are we seeing this right now?
the sensor also picks up that particular
Whose point of view is this?
Is that something he learned from you?
No, it was his own quirk. He wouldn't work by any rules except his own. And he found them like a religion. And common sense wasn't one of his strong points. I thought I taught him everything I knew. I have no children of my own, and I thought I found a son in him.
Because he was so fat, I thought my son was in him.
There's something
And I didn't even have a son.
about an ability like that. Even at Indian Head, he got special treatment.
Got some Indian head. Ooh.
Maybe that's what started all this. I didn't teach him the most important thing I had
sometimes you don't blow people up with bombs.
All I taught was skills. And now I have
That's
to stop
the most
you
important
to
lesson of
destroy us all.
being a bomber. Don't bomb people.
Let's see how well
And I forgot to tell him. Damn it, I forgot.
I'm activating.
I'm so foolish.
You see the green stuff on the radar? That's a visual representation of the C4 sector.
That's not. Sorry about that. Wipe that off right now.
It's better than nothing. Just activate the sensors and search the area, okay? Alright. Don't forget that you need the radar to use the system. Log into the mode at every strut and turn the radar on. We have to keep out of the enemy's sight, too. Because the radar gets knocked offline when we're spotted? Exactly. Fat Man would have allotted some C4s here in strut C as well. Here? I know the structure of this facility, and if he wants to take out the plant, where he would target. You know this for sure? Of course. I taught him the techniques he uses. His ideas are based on my theories. Demolition is a kind of ideology. It makes no exceptions for time or place. Big shell consists of 2 hexagons in on in, north to south. There should be packets of C4s on each of the vertices, or the struts in this case. You would at least that to take a building of this integrity out. 6 on shell 1, another 6 on shell 2, a total of 12 bombs at least. Considering the shell's architecture and composition from an engineering standpoint, that's my conclusion, and it's exactly what he would have decided as well. Kid, this place is all yours. I'll take care of shell 2. Take this. What's this? Security card issued to shell personnel. The big shell security layout includes varying levels of clearance. The clearance level is identified by the number printed on these doors. Right now, your card key can open doors for security clearance level 1. Clifton, your card can get you into level 3 areas. You need it to get next door to shell 2. How did you get this? That engineer I told you about gave it to me. He was supposed to program a set of all access cards once we were on site. Unfortunately, this card won't get you into every area of this structure.
Typical, eh?
We'll have to deal with the remaining security lockouts as they come up. Let's get going. You stay here. No, I'm going. The 2 of us can handle
No, stay here.
You'll
No,
just
go.
slow down
Stay
like-
here. No.
There's a war going on here. I
Get
can't-
down or I'll put you down.
Why don't you just let us handle the grunt work?
I made Snake sound like a cat with that.
In the original mission plan. All right. I'll give you instructions from here. I may also need to prepare a backup plan just in case. In case of what? Good luck to both of you. This is a dangerous one.
In case you both can blow your ass up.
If anything comes up, let me know. My frequency is 140.
He said who dares wins.
Good luck, kid.
That's the SAS's motto.
Semper Fi. That man's no SEAL. I don't even think he's a Navy man. What? Semper Fi. Marine Corps talk. Normally team leaders stay in the CP and give orders with those headphones. And as far as I know, SEALs keep their officers away from the field. And who dares win is a motto of the British Special Air Service. Is he one of the terrorists then? No, somehow I don't think so. If there's someone to suspect, I'd put my money on you.
Yeah. You big obvious looking terrorist, you.
I'm... Just take care of those bombs for now. What about you? They could be back in this area soon. doctor door should be alright. Plenty of food in here too, so you don't need to worry about me.
Christ,
I'll
who's
give
the
you
fat man?
instructions by Codex from here. Good luck, kid. Bomb disposal is a face-off with your own mortality. Don't let the fear get to you. When you give in to the fear, the darkness comes.
We're not playing to have luck this one, are we? Well, I should be, because I haven't finished that yet. Damn it. Get distracted. I don't want to play games all the way through sometimes.
No need to worry.
I'm scared. I'm really scared. I want to eat a watermelon. Give me that watermelon. Woo! All dice. Lovely jubbly. With that, I think we'll do the bombs and stuff next time.
What's up, Jack?
Reach the hour mark, so it'll be a good point to save, but I'll listen to what she says afterwards as well, because it's relevant, I guess. It's all relevant. She made me save beforehand. But I didn't really need to.
Jack, when you get home, let's have a homecoming party. Just the two of us.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll make dinner.
What?
Oh, what's wrong?
Well, that sounds good, but how about we eat out at that one restaurant instead?
How about you eat me
That
out?
place that we went to recently with the amazing lobster? I really like that place.
You like my lobster?
Yeah, I guess that's okay too.
Oh,
Huh?
Nothing.
that's a euphemism, I hope it doesn't catch her.
Can't wait. Woohoo!
Well, then I'll make a reservation. Promise me you'll come back safely.
Don't worry.
I can't make that promise. But, yeah, until then, hope you enjoyed that. Like, comment, subscribe.